This is Kira. Kira has only been uploading to YouTube for about 4 months, and she already has nearly 40,000 subscribers. Wowee! So how does she do it? How is this young lady with no experience in content creation able to conquer the YouTube algorithm in such a short amount of time? Well, let's take a look at her video titled, "Why I'm So Good at This." Maybe that can shed some light on this mystery.
After making these YouTube videos for a good couple months, I'm really finding how good I am at these videos. I'm so freaking good at it.
I wonder why she is so good at this. What is it she's doing to get so many views and subscribers in such a short time?
I'm so good at making topics. I'm so good at flowing with what I'm saying and just doing it off the dome and no script, no worries about editing, no worries about what I'm really filming. I'm just filming myself talk.
What is it about her personality and the things she says that just keeps people watching video after video? Okay, so the video isn't all that interesting. Essentially, she just says that the reason she's so successful on YouTube, that she's so good at making YouTube videos, is because her dad talks a lot and she gets it from him. So she gets her ability to talk good from her dad, thus she makes good YouTube videos, thus she's successful at YouTube. But I just don't know. I mean, there's gotta be something else to it. I mean, and this is just one man's opinion, so you can take this with a grain of salt, but to me, and again, just my opinion, but to me, it seems like most of the things Kira says in her videos are actually retarded.
I believe deja vu is your past self reassuring that you're on the right track for your future.
Okay, so I'll cut the crap now. We all know the reason that Kira gets so many views on YouTube, the reason she has gotten so many subscribers in just a few short months. It's because of the way she looks. And it's not only that, but it's also because most of her videos, especially her highest performing videos, the videos that get the most views, are all basically just her pandering to a male red pill audience. I mean, just look at the video titles on all of her most popular videos. And she might kind of try to play dumb about it, but she knows this. She knows that all her viewers are men. I mean, she's pretty much said as much.
I know I'm gonna get the women's audience soon. I'll grab some women's attentions, but I gotta be patient. Gotta get through the men. Gotta get through the men first.
And by the way, if there was ever any question as to what demographic Kira is making her videos for, just listen to this.
It goes children, woman, man, God. We are not the same. As how contradicting it sounds, a man built the roof over my head, so technically a woman does need a man a little more than a man needs a woman.
Now that last clip was from a video called Men Are Simple, which is currently the most popular video on Kira's channel. It has over 350,000 views and it's rising. This will probably eventually get 1 million plus views. And basically, I mean, it's just, this whole video is just her absolutely pandering to the red pill audience. The main points that she makes in the videos is that men and women are different in that they stress over different things. She says basically men stress over work and women stress about men. And then she says men need sex while women need affection. If you've ever spent any time online in manosphere spaces, in red pill spaces, then the whole what men need is sex and what women need is affection, that whole thing, I mean, that's just red pill 101. I think there is some truth to it, but yeah, I mean, that's just basic red pill stuff. She didn't come up with this on her own. She probably heard Andrew Tate say this and she's repeating it in her video because, how can I put this? Do you guys know about Candace Owens? Candace Owens is she's like a strong Trump supporter, very controversial conservative online. And her whole thing, the whole reason she's popular is because she's, well, let's just say she doesn't look like a member of the typical conservative demographic, if you know what I'm saying. And she uses that kind of her token status to find massive success, massive popularity, because she's utilizing her token status. And that's exactly what Kira is doing as well. She utilizes her token status as a young, attractive female to basically pander to this 99% male red pill audience. And again, she knows it. So yeah, in this Men Are Simple video, she's basically just saying some red pill stuff. And another thing she says is that men and women both stress about children, but women especially prioritize children, whereas men prioritize work and providing. I mean, the whole thing is she's basically just repeating your kind of standard traditional values, you know? That kind of thing, which is extremely popular with red pill audiences. I mean, this is how bad her pandering is. At some point, she pretty much just flat out says that all women should be having sex with their man every morning as soon as he wakes up.
Women, you need to understand what you need to do every morning.
She's basically playing the role of the perfect trad wife here. Of course, she's going to get a ton of views doing this. There are millions of disenfranchised men out there that love to consume this red pill manosphere looks-maxing content just like this. Her content is really in the perfect spot for blowing up on YouTube because everything she's saying falls into what I would classify as the semi-enlightened normie tier of content. So think of it like this. There are 3 levels of content. There is normie content, which is basically what you see on the YouTube homepage when you're not logged in. Think like Mr. Beast or SS Sniper Wolf or whatever is popular these days. And it's very difficult to succeed as a new channel if you're trying to make this normie tier content because there's just too much competition out there and you've got a ton of competition from large already established creators. I mean, you've basically got no chance, right? You're not going to compete with Mr. Beast. You're just not. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's what I would call Giga Enlightened Black Pill tier content. And this is the kind of content you see on channels like Rehab Room or my own channel. Now, I'm just joking by calling it Giga Enlightened content, but all I mean by this is it's content that is made for a very niche, very terminally online audience. This type of content is always going to have a very low ceiling because the information often provided in this type of content, it goes against normie values and it goes against the so-called contrarian values or red pill values. So it's really just for such a small audience of Giga Enlightened individuals that it just has no chance of really, truly going viral. It's just a very low ceiling for how popular this type of content can get. And then right in the middle, we have what you can call the semi-enlightened normie tier of content. And this is the type of content that Kira makes. This is content that people get into when they realize that the normie tier stuff is completely vapid and full of lies. So they kind of latch on to the first contrarian takes they see that make any bit of sense at a surface level. And I mean, you can't really blame someone for thinking Andrew Tate is a genius when you compare what he says to the obviously untrue blue pill BS you get from the mainstream media. So, you know, some consumers of semi-enlightened normie content will eventually make their way onto actual Giga Enlightened black pill content. Some people are just, you know, on their journey to becoming actually enlightened. And along the way, they watch some Kira's videos or some of Andrew Tate's content. But most people will either stop at the semi-enlightened level or eventually they'll actually just revert back to the normie level. The semi-enlightened normie tier is the best type of content to make if you want to achieve success and get lots of views and subscribers because it's niche enough to not have enormous competition, but it's normie enough to still have a large potential audience to draw in. So everything that Kira talks about in her videos, it's actually the perfect subject matter for blowing up in the YouTube algorithm. Of course, if it were me making the same videos and saying all of the same things that she's saying, I wouldn't have any success at all. Obviously, the fact that she is an attractive young girl is key to her success, Like, she wouldn't get any views in the first place if she didn't have her face in the thumbnail. If she made videos like I did, where it's just some stock footage or gameplay footage for the actual video itself, and she herself did not appear in the videos, and it's just her doing the voiceover, she'd get 0 views. She would get no views. But, you know, when she shows her face on camera and people see what she looks like, okay, then she's able to really reel in the simps. And when they hear her going off on some semi-enlightened, maybe I should say pseudo-enlightened normie tier red pill tangent, and they see this attractive young female talking about all the stuff that they thought only men could know, well, you know, now she's got them. She's got them hooked at that point. She has got them absolutely hooked. And I don't dislike Kira. I think her videos and the things she says in her videos is mostly very, very stupid, but I don't hate her. I don't dislike her. And I don't think she's grifting exactly. I think she probably is just, you know, she's come across this red pill content on TikTok or whatever, and she believes it. Or more likely, actually, she's dating some Chad that has been telling her all of these things, and this is where she's getting her information from. But either way, I don't think she's grifting. I think she does believe the things she's saying, probably. I think she's just very naive, and she probably has good intentions, and she thinks she's, you know, providing valuable information to her viewers. But at the same time, she has made it clear that she knows her audience is a bunch of men. So I don't know. She may or may not be just completely pandering. But I guess it is possible that she's actually attempting to find a female audience like she sometimes says she is. But yeah, I don't know. But also, you can forget pretty much everything I've said up to this point, because the fact of the matter is, even if Kira wasn't pandering with her video titles and the content of her videos, you know, even if she wasn't pandering to that red pill audience, she would still be getting thousands of views just making any video. If she uses the thumbnail she uses and just sits there and talks in front of a camera, it doesn't really matter what she's saying, because I would be willing to bet, and YouTube gives out a lot of statistics to its creators, but it doesn't give out this statistic. I would be willing to bet that a very large proportion of Kira's viewers are actually watching her videos on mute. I know I've watched a couple of her videos on mute. It's the best way to watch them, honestly. But yeah, I mean, this is all nothing new, but I mean, you see more and more viral videos popping up like this all the time. I mean, here's another one right here from another creator. Her name is Erica. And yeah, here's the thumbnail and here's the video title. You can basically replace that video title with anything. It doesn't really matter. The thumbnail is the reason this video went viral. And actually, this one's a little bit more impressive than Kira, because she already has more views on this video than Kira does on her most popular video, and she's done it in a shorter amount of time. So, I guess she's hotter than Kira. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Who do you think is hotter? Look at these two thumbnails. I mean, which one do you think you would want to view more? If you think Kira is hotter, then just leave a comment saying Kira. And if you think Erica is hotter, just leave a comment saying Erica. And I'll tally up the results, I'll count them all up, and then I'll do nothing with that information. But thank you for watching my video.